In this next fight, we got Sam Patterson taking on Yohan Lainesse, and this is going to be Sam Patterson's second UFC fight. First fight at 170. He's going to be moving up. His first fight in the UFC was at 155, so I don't know if he felt like he cut too much weight and that attributed to him getting knocked out, but moving up to 170 for this one, where he still should be relatively decently sized for the weight class. And he's going to be taking on Yohan Lainesse, who's 1-2 so far in the UFC. He was able to get in the UFC through the Contender Series, the big upset knockout over Justin Burlinson, but they've given him some hard opponents. I mean, you look at the three guys that he's fought, Mike Malott, Darion Weeks, Gabe Green, all three of those guys are pretty good. So he's been tested right off the bat. I think that this fight, he's getting an easier opponent on paper, so we'll see if he can go out there and handle it well. But when you see how these guys match up, I mean, Sam Patterson, he has okay kickboxing. He has good length, which helps him out, and good speed. So he pressures forward. He likes to be in your face, but kind of try to use that distance control and throw long punches. He'll mix in some kicks. But I feel like he's a better grappler than he is a striker. He has pretty good submission game, good front chokes. The issue with that is he doesn't really look to use his grappling offensively. It's all through defensive grappling when opponents shoot it on him that he actually gets on top and he could show his transitions, he could show his front chokes and things like that. I don't think he has the wrestling to really get it to the ground, and he never really tries to. And with Yohan Lainesse, we got a guy that's not the greatest fighter in the world, but he's tall and lengthy in his own right. I think he's going to be a lot closer in height and reach than most opponents are in comparison to Sam Patterson when he usually fights them. So ultimately, I think that Lainesse is going to have a good chance to land on the chin of Patterson. I mean, Patterson stands very upright. He leaves his chin right in the air. I don't like his stance at all, and I think he's just very open to be hit. Yohan, he throws these looping punches that I think could be very effective in this fight. And one thing we know about Yohan Lainesse is what he doesn't have in technicality, he brings in power. He has crazy power, one-punch knockout power. So if he can land clean on Patterson, I think he's going to put him to sleep. And I like that Yohan's at TriStar for this fight. He had a full camp there. Previously, he'd been kind of bouncing around gyms, didn't really find his spot. Now he's at one of the best gyms in the world, and I think that could pay dividends here. I don't see Sam Patterson taking him to the ground. If Patterson does get on top of Yohan, then Patterson has a good chance to win, because we saw Yohan get submitted quick against Mike Malott. Seems like he's not the greatest on the ground, but I feel like ultimately Patterson kind of reminds me of a Weston Wilson with that tall man defense, and I think that moving up to 170 is not going to be the anecdote for him. I don't think that it was because of the weight cut that he was getting knocked out. I think it's because he was getting hit flush, and moving up in weight, facing bigger guys that hit harder, I don't think that's going to help you in not getting knocked out. So I'm going to go with Lainesse. I'm going to say he gets the first round KO here.